You know, spouses often play a key role in these campaigns, and every once in a while we'd hear a love story that really showed the softer side of these candidates. Among them, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. The Republican says for him, it was love at first sight. And yes, he even gets more passionate about his wife than he does about football.
Do you guys play fantasy football?
It didn't take Jeb Bush long to loosen up around this table of voters at the airport diner, and he just started talking about his fantasy football team.
Oh, it's fantastic. If you like football, it's a great way to... It gets you into conflicts, though. If you're... Like, I'm a Dolphin fan, and I started cheering when New England scored right off the bat, because I had Gronk as my tight end. So you kind of get conflicted out, but it's a great way to... I have, like, I think there are 10 people in our league, all family members, and one friend.
And the football lingo was just beginning.
My diet would be a 15-yard penalty loss and down. That's what I want to eat.
His envy over the food being brought to the table continued as well.
Woo! Gosh, I'm so jealous.
We had lunch early.
Oh! Bravo! Well, happy birthday! Happy birthday.
As much as the meal made him smile, to really see Jeb Bush light up, just ask him about his wife.
She was Mexican, I was Texan. I was tall, she was short. She was beautiful, I wasn't. So there was, as I said, I'm normally not as just impetuous about something. I mean, it defined my life, truly, meeting my wife. It's been the single biggest driver of whatever success I've had in my life. In her case, I think she was a little more cautious about it. So, but I'm glad, because, you know, these are decisions you don't want to mess up.
Defined his life from the moment he met her.
What kind of student were you?
I was, well, that's a good question. There's BC and AC. Before Columba and after Columba. So I met my wife when I was 17. And I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but the love at first sight thing. Has anybody had that? I did. It was like, wow, you did? It's like, I was a skinny, you know, of same height, 6'4". I don't think I was, probably 190. I lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. I couldn't eat. I was like totally, it was like, this girl just turned me upside down and changed my life effectively in 2 years, summa or magna cum laude. And so BC was before Columba. I was an average student, and AC after Columba. I just wanted to finish as quick as I could to marry her. But she said I was too tall. She's 5 foot tall, and so she couldn't envision living with someone with that height difference. So I just had to wear her out. Finally, it worked.
And so when he was thinking about running for president, her opinion and blessing was a necessity.
She was supportive when I got serious about thinking about it. She told somebody else. She didn't tell me this, because you have to have your spouse to be all in, right? It's just, it doesn't.
Consuming.
Yeah, and it's just not fair for your loved ones that you care for if they're not happy in any kind of situation. So the hard decision for me was to make sure that my family was good with this. And she told somebody that not allowing me to run would be like telling a concert violinist that they couldn't play the violin.
These days, his grandchildren also make him smile, and being with them as they grow up is a priority.
I've got 4 grandkids. You're in that league?
Oh, yeah.
It took a while, but once they started coming, they came pretty fast, and they just bring such joy to my life. It is so much fun. I have Sunday fun days. I try to. The last 2 weekends, I've unfortunately couldn't spend all Sunday at home, but tomorrow, next Sunday, I get to do it, and I'll be with my grandkids.
Of course, when it comes to family, his parents are a big part of the person he is today, and he still looks to his mom for guidance.
She's on the Today Show. We're all watching it. It's funny, kind of, she's being funny. And then the very last question is, what do you think Jeb should do? And she goes, I don't think he should run. Too many Clintons, too many Bushes. And I'm going like, really, Mom? Couldn't you at least share that with me? So then she changed her tune about 2 months later. And now she's just back to being a mom with unconditional love. throwing stuff at the television.
And in his family, it's clear who in the hierarchy had the job of identifying and teaching between right and wrong.
Hang out with Barbara Bush for a little bit. It's like you'll get the wrong part quick, and the right part my dad kind of handles. So my kids would spend, you know, more than maybe three weeks a month there, and they would come home and they'd immediately look you in the eye and talk to you, and they would shake hands with strangers as adults, and they would say yes sir, no ma'am. Like, we tried. It's like pounding it into them, and we got to do this. And just 3 weeks with my parents, they learn the things that really help you when you're growing up, to show respect for your elders, and it just helps. I've found it helps a lot to be respectful of others.
But there are a lot of stories besides those about his family. Many of them center around his time as governor of Florida.
One of my first emails I got was from a lady, an elderly woman, I think she was like 85, who was, would you like some?
No, I'm just going to move it back.
Who was, oh, I guess I am eating. Thank you. Who was upset that a raccoon was in her attic. And she got my email, and she wanted to know what the hell I was going to do about it. So I sent her an email back saying, I'm on it. And that was like at 10 o'clock at night. And when I went to work the next morning, I think it was Lantana or Delray Beach down in South Florida, I called the city manager and said, this sweet lady just sent me an email, gave me her address, and said she's got a varmint in her attic. And she says, what am I going to do about it? And my question to you is, what are you going to do about it? And he got the animal control people out that day.
He says that was a little easier to solve than some of the other challenges he faced, including when Florida was ravaged by hurricanes and he visited those affected by the devastation.
She came up and she just hugged me, and she didn't let go. She just wanted to be hugged. And we sat there, cameras all over the place because they love all this. And for 5 minutes, she just wouldn't let go. So I just hugged her, kind of rubbed her neck. And then she said, and then she finally could talk, and she said, I lost everything. I said, well, what are you doing? She said, well, I'm volunteering for the Salvation Army. I figure that would be the best way for me to overcome what I've lost by helping others. I mean, I have thousands of stories like this. It's just the compelling nature of people. When times are tough, Americans do this. This is who we are.
Pretty serious stuff, so it's not always easy to be lighthearted.
What is it like when your advisor spoke to you and said, you know what, be more funny?
Does that answer the question?
Serious, funny, laid back, full of sound bites or not, he is sure of one thing.
I'm who I am, whether you like it or not. I'm not trying to feed you a line here. I'm Jeb.